Catch Nassau Lions men's basketball action live on Thursday night at 7. Come on, let's go Lions.
The voice of Nassau Community College.
Wake up with the Nassau Morning Madhouse, the 2023 Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Best Morning Show, nominated again in 2024.
Available everywhere on the Odyssey app.
WHPC HD Garden City.
90.3 WHPC.
George Trapp driving down the middle. Chamberlain twice. What's that out of bounds? He is awesome. Malone pass is deflected. Going to be stolen, I think, by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Ray rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
All right, here's Dennis. Gets it into Bird. Larry, a runner. Got it! Ball game's over. Boston wins. Here's Jordan for three. Yes!
Bryant to shot.
Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life has given the Cavaliers their biggest lead tonight. It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
This is WHPC Sports Talk.
Only fitting that after that entertaining Knicks-Nets game last night, we roll out the NBA intro for you all. Welcome to the midweek Wednesday edition of WHPC Sports Talk. Here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Joshua Umahi, joined by Liam Flynn, Devin O'Shea, Ross Levine, and you yourself, the listener, wherever you are, in the car, at home, at work, hiding in the bathroom on your lunch break, because you just had to listen to WHPC Sports Talk.
Just have to.
You know, maybe it's going to blow your cover if you call, but, you know, if you get the chance, please call us up at 516-572-7440. Well, we mentioned the Knicks-Nets game from last night. The game was at the Barclays Center. Ooh. So a quote-unquote home game for the Brooklyn Nets. But, I mean, let's be real for a second. That was not any type of home game for the Brooklyn Nets. That crowd, by the sound of it, must have been 80% Knicks fans at least.
That's what I'm hearing, that it was 80-20. Usually it's like 60-40, 65-35. Apparently it was a sea of orange and blue.
Well, here's the thing. Like, when the Brooklyn Nets had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons, they got it down to about 60% Knicks fans. Like, that was actually impressive. Like, I would have never seen that coming, even with the star power that team had. And that team was actually championship contenders. So when you have a championship contender, you know, the bandwagoners come out the woodwork. And they come with the Nets jersey. Yeah, the Big E tattoos, and I've been the Nets for all my life. Nah, it's not the case no more.
Brooke.
I don't think Mikal Bridges and Spencer Dinwiddie are getting the same type of support that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving got.
You don't think so?
No, I just have a feeling I doubt it.
No, Spencer Dinwiddie.
No, I know the Spencer Dinwiddie movement has been big over the years, but. I don't know, just a feeling. But nah, seriously.
Star.
You're right.
What did he go, like 12 for 12, right, yesterday? From three?
Oh, yeah, just high percentage shooter.
Yeah, let me look.
What's this at the highest percenance in the league, Devin? What was that you said the other day?
100, right?
Yeah.
100. Just hasn't missed a shot all year.
Yeah, right. Spencer Dinwiddie.
Wait, guys, real quick. Goat. I'm looking at the stat sheet from last night. He actually went 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3, and didn't put up a single point.
Hey, 4 assists.
4 assists,
He's the facilitator, guys.
How do you do that?
He just does it every night. I don't even know why I still play that. It's every single night with Spencer Dinwiddie. But listen, another big win for the Knicks, since I know there's more Knicks fans listening out there. Knicks are now, I feel like it's deja vu every time I walk up in here. The Knicks are so-and-so since OG Anunoby joined the team. The Knicks is now 10-2 since the Anunoby trade on December the 30th. Speaking of the number 30, Julius Randle dropped 30 points on the Brooklyn Nets. Big fourth quarter for Julius. Also 30 points, Jalen Brunson, but that's regular at this point.
There was some MVP chants for Jalen Brunson at the Barclays Center yesterday.
Yeah. at a road game.
Yeah, imagine that.
We got MSG South in Knicks fans. We got MSG South in Atlanta, Washington. We got MSG. Technically, it's Southeast in the Barclays Center. We just everywhere, and especially in Brooklyn. We pop out in Brooklyn.
I'm really interested to seeing who the two guards for the Eastern Conference are going to be for the All-Star team. You got Tyrese, Trae Young, Damian Lillard, and Jalen Brunson, who 100%, and Donovan Mitchell gets him putting that in that boat. So there are many names, and Jalen Brunson, honestly, I'd put Tyrese and Jalen at the starting lineup.
I think that should be the sensible starting backcourt, but this is why a lot of people don't like the NBA, and I'm never going to say I hate the NBA. The NBA was my first love. I love the National Basketball Association, right? Mm-hmm. But in terms of what really these fan votes is just a stand competition.
Yeah,
it's Taylor Swift versus Rihanna and on the charts. Because why is Damian Lillard and Trae Young up above Jalen Brunson in the voting?
John Morant's up in there in the voting. He's injured for the whole year.
What, you're telling me he's not going to make
a parade inside my city? Yeah.
You're telling me he's not going to make a surprise return? No,
he's not.
All right.
Don't think so, but listen, yeah, that's my point. I think it's just a popularity contest, but Jalen Brunson, I mean, by merit, should definitely be one of the starting guards in the All-Star game. I mean, he's just a walking 30 points now, and we brought up the Knicks 10-2 since Anunoby joined the club. An incredible stat that just blew my mind last night as well. The Knicks are now 19
I saw that, yeah.
and 0. 19 wins, 0 losses against teams under 500 this season. And I know what everyone's going to say. Oh, you obsessing over a stat? The Knicks beat bad teams. Yeah, but that's what you're supposed to do. Real championship contenders beat down on the bad teams.
It's concerning when you don't beat those under 500 teams. So seeing that they're doing the best against those teams and seeing that they're not messing up and having those very iffy games every so-and-so, it's key to seeing how well the season is going to go for the rest of the year.
But Josh, just to push back on that very quickly, 19-0 against teams under 500. That means 8-17 against teams 500 or better.
Yeah, not great.
So, I mean, I want to check in with you because we haven't gotten, it's my first Wednesday show in a while. I haven't really gotten your feel as to what the Knicks should do. I mean, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but where are you at now with the Knicks trading for a star? Do you think it has to be a guard? Do you think it's a big man? Or do you think they're all right as is?
Well, I'm of the belief that a star deal is just not going to come this season. We're not going to get a Donovan Mitchell because the Cavs, ever since they lost Garland and Mobley due to injury, they've won 8 straight games, remarkably. So that's not going to happen. You look at other trades out there. I know DeJounte Murray was a possibility, but I don't think that's going to happen if you read into the reports.
Most likely ending up in LA, most likely.
Clutch just rules the world, boy. Of course, DeJounte Murray, Clutch representative, is going to find his way magically to Los Angeles, who has no draft picks. They have no draft capital. They have 1 draft pick in 2029. But that's going to be enough magically to get DeJounte Murray. Really. Just insane. But, yeah, he'll probably go to the Lakers, so that's not going to happen for the Knicks. I'm looking at guys like Terry Rozier just went to Miami yesterday, so that's another guard off the board.
Everybody's making moves. The Cavs aren't making moves, but they made moves this offseason, getting Georges Niang, Max Strus, and then you get the Heat getting Terry Rozier, the Pacers getting Pascal Siakam. They're 0-3 with Pascal Siakam, but that's also 0-2 games. The last 2 games, Tyrese Halliburton's been out. So many teams in this Eastern Conference making big moves to make it a jump to the top of the East.
I'll take a Malcolm Brogdon. I'll take guys like that. I know Bruce Brown, creative artist, agency rep. Leon Rose obviously is the president of that. He's also the Knicks president, so you can put 2 + 2 and equal up 4 there. But, I mean, to support Liam's point, this team definitely needs help, especially against the better teams in the league. Because even this 10-2 run with OG, they got that first win on New Year's Day versus the Timberwolves. Timberwolves are obviously second in the West right now. They blew out the Sixers by 36. Great team, right, this season. And then you're looking at the rest of the stretch. The only other teams over 500 they've played, they lost to the Mavs without Luka. And then they lost to the Magic without Jalen Brunson playing for the Knicks. So
and Kyrie went off for 44, and Tim Hardaway had 32. So it's tough to go against that. But
yeah, I know, but I mean, 8-17 is not what I want to see against these upper echelon teams too. And now we get a real test for the Knicks tomorrow night. They welcome in the defending champion Denver Nuggets to the Garden. Now the Knicks beat Denver at the Garden last season, so maybe we'll get a repeat of that. But after that, you get the Miami Heat on Saturday, national TV. Those are 2 back-to-back big games. So
Terry Rozier is in Miami now.
I don't know. I heard people gassing up that deal yesterday. I'm like, ooh, scary Terry.
He's a good player. He was on a poverty franchise for most of his career. He became I think it was the 3rd in 3-pointers made, 10th in assists, and I think it was 5th in points for the Hornets as a total.
As I always say on losing teams, which was what Terry Rozier was on in Charlotte before the deal, somebody's got to take the shots.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to put them up. And Terry Rozier was like, I'll take 25 shot attempts a game and inflate my stats up. No LaMelo Ball, hurt for a lot of the season. So, I mean, good for Miami. It's just funny because if the Knicks trade for Terry Rozier, you know what you're going to hear. Oh, they got an overrated shot chucker that doesn't play no defense. When the Miami Heat get him, it's 4 20-point per game scores. Butler Adebayo.
It's going to be that backcourt is going to be very suspect on the defensive end.
Yes, it is.
Pairing Terry Rozier next to Tyler Hero, neither of which who play very much defense, either which.
And I know. Kyle BBL Lowry, he's not the greatest no more. I mean, he had his heyday in Toronto. He's not what he once was, but he was still a leader on that team. He did all the little things. So
if there was a buyout for Gordon Hayward and Kyle Lowry, that I think it's the Phoenix Suns, the Celtics, the Bucks, I think the Nuggets, none of them have the money to be able to sign either of them to mid-level exception.
Do any of those teams need them, though?
Kyle Lowry and Gordon Hayward could get some good minutes on a playoff roster.
Like the Knicks, maybe.
Exactly.
But a playoff roster, yes, but the 4 teams that you mentioned, do they really need any more help?
Out of all those guys, that's a key point to every single team. Every single top team is very slim on the depth. So they can all use depth, but none of them have the money to be able to get any.
Yeah, Knicks need a scorer in any way, shape, or form. So even if the guy's available, just you do it. You got to do it for a score. Because let's be honest, when Brunson and Randle are not on the court, the scoring for the Knicks it's not the prettiest.
Ross, when they put out that lineup last night to start the 4th quarter, and Deuce McBride is just dribbling for 20 seconds because he can't create shots on his own. I'm watching get me Malcolm Brogdon yesterday. I can't. I know the bench held the fort down enough for them to for the Knicks to come back and win, but against better teams, because the Nets are ass. I was watching that team. I'm like, what offense are they running? What's their defensive philosophy? What's going on here?
They're also one of the worst teams in the 4th quarter in the NBA this season.
Oh, they've blown lead after lead after lead.
And they've blown back-to-back leads. We saw them blow leads to the Knicks, and the game before this, they let the Clippers go on a 22-0 run.
Yeah, you guys want to hear a fun little tidbit? In their last 7 games, they have a minus 25.6 net rating in the 4th quarter. Or I think in general, actually. They've blown 4 leads of 9 or more in the 4th quarter in that span.
Say that again?
They've blown 4 leads of 9 or more in the 4th quarter in their last 7 games.
I cannot believe.
Do you want to hear this next one, Josh?
Go, please.
Last 5, they've played the Heat, the Blazers, the Lakers, the Clippers, and most recently, obviously, the Knicks. Against the Heat, they blew a 16-point lead. Versus the Blazers, they blew a 10-point lead in the 4th. The Lakers, they blew out. The Clippers, 18-point lead in the 4th, blown. And then against the Knicks, they had at one point a 10-point lead over the Knicks, and they ultimately blew it last night. But my question to you, Josh, is obviously the Nets suck, and I really don't know what's next for them. It seems like Jacques Vaughn is on the cool throne because he's out there talking, I'm actually very confident that we could turn this around. He's been informed that his job is safe, it's cushy, he's not going anywhere by the end of this season, so he's just kind of rolling with the punches and doing whatever he can.
it's weird. The Knicks have like there's two teams that play at MSG, right? The Knicks and the Rangers. The Knicks actually have heart. They actually play with heart. They don't quit, even when they don't play their best game like they did against Brooklyn yesterday. Because let's be real, they did not play their best game against the Brooklyn Nets one bit. I mean, it looked like the Knicks might lose to the Nets, which, not the end of the world, but, it's not you don't feel great if they would have lost to the Nets.
No, I mean...
And I'm just saying, the Knicks at least have heart. I can't say the same thing for the other team that plays at the Garden, but the Knicks do. So that's always great.
The Nets got a better defensive rating than the Bucks, so they're doing something, I guess.
Ross, help me understand something, just on a quick aside, because I've seen many Rangers fans just very upset about how the team has played lately. Like, I know they had that great comeback, 4 goals, I believe it was, against Anaheim. Yeah,
into Ducks.
But and they have a tough loss, obviously, last night. But I mean, they're still top 3 in the East. But are you really that down on the Rangers? A top 3 position. Top 2 in the Metropolitan. Maybe, I think last I checked, they still, what are they, first in the Metropolitan?
I mean, they're first in the Metropolitan.
You gotta let Ross get out his feelings. They just took a really tough loss in overtime to one of the worst teams in the entire league.
I don't understand how the leap goes from tough loss to season's over. Rip it up.
This is Ranger fans we're talking about, Josh.
Okay.
I go into the season saying my Islanders, they're going to disappoint me. They're going to do it, and I know that. And these
we all know that.
But with Ranger fans, you'll have like 2 aspects of it. You'll have the Braden saying that he has no faith in this team and that it's over, and then you got Nico in the chat saying, Braden, calm down. It's not the end. It's like it's okay.
I think, but there might be some like cope there.
Maybe
they're helping each other with it.
I mean, I will say this: like, I know they're top in the Metro, but I legitimately, like, as a Rangers fan, I legitimately hate watching this team. I hate it. I hate these guys. I can't even make eye contact with these
it ends up in the same way every single year. It really does.
Year.
If Ross saw one of these guys on the street, he'd just look down and keep walking.
Yeah.
I don't care that you're Vincent Trocheck and you're going to the All-Star game. Screw you.
Yeah, unless your name is Vincent Trocheck or I guess Panarin, you are a bum on this team. You are a joke. I mean, at least again, I just have to make that quick point about the Rams because with the Knicks, I will say this, for a team that they didn't have Isaiah Hartenstein, they didn't have him. He's hurt, which, that sucks. But at least, you can see the difference. But then you see Jericho Sims, 4 blocks. Like, at least there's a player.
And they were all in the first quarter, first half.
Yeah. Like, when I watch the Knicks, it's like, why can't the Knicks, who never do this historically, they lose Hartenstein, Deuce McBride's their backup point guard. They're still winning games.
Yeah.
So the Knicks don't have any problem. And the biggest thing is that nobody talks about, ever since the whole Dolan lawsuit thing happened, the Knicks have been fine. The Knicks have been fine. They haven't looked distracted at all. I can't say the same thing for the team that plays on the ice, but for the team that plays on the basketball court,
well, we do know that James Dolan has historically been more involved with the Rangers versus the Knicks. So maybe that could play into it. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not in that locker room.
No,
so.
I know, but you would wonder, like, because let's be real, Dolan also owns the Knicks. So you would think, like, would the Knicks be a little bit distracted? And maybe you could say the game against the Wizards, maybe the Knicks were a little bit, distracted because they kind of were sloppy in that game a little bit, although they ended up winning it. So you wonder, was there a little bit of, like, a hangover from it? But you know what? The Knicks, they're getting it done. And they're getting it done with, I would even say, this roster is kind of incomplete.
Oh, it's definitely incomplete.
Because Hartenstein's out, you don't have McBride, your backup point guard, and they're still looking for a trade. Like, there's still a reason why they're still looking for a trade. Because there's still a lack of scoring depth on this team that they need to fix. And honestly, with Leon Rose, I am confident that he will do that.
I'm confident in Leon, too. Like, he's done a good job. Any Knicks fan that wants to, clown him, and they always bring up that picture of him knocked out, sleep on the couch when they don't make a deal. But look at all the moves he's made since he took over in 2020. Like, they've all been more or less. They've benefited this team and this franchise. So I do trust Leon Rose to get the job done before the trade deadline here.
Josh Hart, then Anunoby this season.
Yeah, they've done good work. Mm-hmm. They've done good work. Oh, I do want to move on to Mr. Steal Yo Job in Doc Rivers, but want to play some audio from last night's Knicks-Nets game to get my agendas off. So
enjoy.
Here is possibly, maybe, probably the best sequence of Knicks basketball this season. Down the stretch, tied at 101. This is what happened late in the fourth.
Tipped up in the air. Johnson's got it. It's blocked by Anunoby. And Hart saves it for Randall. Up ahead. Bounce. Back for Randall. Hunter jam.
Hero away.
Yeah, you listen to that crowd. Matter of fact, let me play that again because I want everybody to listen to the crowd.
That crowd erupted.
When Dennis Smith Jr. shot for Brooklyn gets blocked, and OG comes up with the block on the putback, and then the Randall slam. Keep in mind, this is a Knicks road game and a Brooklyn home game at the Barclays Center. Take another listen to this real quick.
Smith on the move. Smith drives in. Scoop, no. Tipped up in the air. Johnson's got it. It's blocked by Anunoby. And Hart saves it for Randall. Up ahead. Bounce. Back for Randall. Hunter jam.
Do you hear that roar?
Yeah.
What is that? Yo, Nets fans, I know it's like 12 of y'all. Y'all got to be ashamed of y'all. You can't have that.
Two of
at
them
a
are the
home
furries.
game.
Like, the furries are definitely Net fans. Like, on courtside.
But you know, they're wearing costumes. Like, I know from my time wearing Jeffrey the Giraffe at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
You can't make too much noise in the costumes. It kind of gives away the costume. So so it's down to like 10 people.
Yeah.
Plus,
That could have made some noise.
Plus, it's muffled a little bit. Nobody can really hear you. Maybe that's the problem. Like that, the 20% of Nets fans in the building were muffled. They were in the furry costumes. And speaking of Anunoby, who didn't have his best game last night shooting wise, went 3 for 8 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. Still had 10 points. He was 4 for 4 from the line. 2 blocks, the one we heard before, and 4 steals, and still a plus-minus of 11, which was the second highest on the team to one of his trade mates, Precious Achiuwa, who had 13.
Oh, I love Precious.
So,
my Precious.
Where's my cousin Malachi at, by the way?
Oh, I don't think he's a Tibbs favorite.
He's on witness protection right now.
I don't think Tibbs has his favorites and he has his guys in the doghouse. I don't know what Malachi Flynn did to Tibbs. And
He's sitting next to Fournier on the bench. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad job getting paid millions of dollars just to watch Knicks basketball. I don't get paid nothing to watch Knicks basketball. That's a great job.
And he gets to do it courtside.
Exactly. So I can think of a lot worse occupations than that.
Like Jeffrey the Giraffe?
Jeffrey the Giraffe, yep.
All right.
Although that was kind of, calm sometimes. He went on a nice parade around the store. Jeffrey! That sound just rings in my ears and my nightmares.
Hey, look, Marty at Stop and Shop.
Stop and Shop has a mascot?
Oh yeah, we got the robot Marty.
You've never seen that?
No.
No, I never. I got kids like coming over to Marty, just sitting on him. I'm like, you can't do that, dude. Get off.
Get off Marty's lap.
No, I hate Marty.
Children.
He scares me. The googly eyes.
He's got eyes and everything.
Yeah. No, Josh, you've never seen one of these? They walk or not walk around.
They roam the store trying to look
on
for
wheels.
spills.
Yeah, and they got like 15 cameras on them to make sure you're not stealing anything.
Marty got to pack some weight on. He's looking a little thin.
I know, he's a little lanky. How is he going to stop somebody stealing something?
I don't know. He seems a little light in the muscle there.
Built like a twig.
Yeah, I don't like the optics of Marty.
No.
I think Jeffrey had a little more thickness to him.
Yeah, those hips don't lie.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Speaking of the Barclays Center crowd, here's Mikal Bridges, Brooklyn Net, Villanova Wildcat. There were 4 or 5 Villanova Wildcats on the floor last night. Bridges was the only one playing for Brooklyn. Here's what Mikal had to say about the disparity in Knicks fans versus Nets fans at Barclays.
Reasonably new to this rivalry, but I mean, when you hear a crowd like that, it's your building, and you have to hear "Let's go Knicks" and all of that. Just how would you describe that? Is that frustrating? Is it galling? I don't want to put words. How would you describe that?
I mean, I feel like any person in here is not fun. you feel like you're at a away game at home. So that's for probably any person sitting in here, any person alive. So,
Mikal, I got an easy way to solve this problem for you, my guy. It's a little crazy than an idea, I know. Just hear me out. Listen, man. Villanova, that great team with Jay Wright. You were teammates with Brunson, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo. They all at the Garden. What's stopping you from saying, just get out, demand a trade? Yo, I want to get out of this dumpster fire in Brooklyn. I want to go to home fans that will actually cheer at my plays and not boo me at the free throw line.
Yeah.
This is an easy solution. Mikal Bridges, I'm starting the campaign. Demand a trade to the Knicks. Do it now. Why wait?
Josh, you're not the only one. One man tweeted out last night at 10:57. Josh Hart retweeted that video. Yo, bro, at Mikal Bridges, call me.
See, Josh Hart. Josh just think alike right now.
General manager
on it.
He tried to get the Knicks to win yesterday, so I mean.
Listen, man.
We're getting Claxton and Bridges or watch.
Claxton and Bridges.
Yeah, 2 players.
That would make the it's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen.
How you know?
But Claxton and Bridges would make this Knicks team a top 3 in this East. I would put them over the Cavs. I'd put them over the Heat. I put them over every other team except the Bucks and the Celtics.
We actually talked about this a few weeks ago. Like, have the Knicks and the Nets ever made a trade together? And if so, when? And there were a couple small ones sprinkled in, but the last big one was in either like the 90s or the 70s.
Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
It's okay.
We just had to make sure that this show on 90.3 WHPC. Anyway.
Justin wanted to jump in a little.
Yeah.
Shout out Justin Greenberg. Great guy.
Speaking of.
Well, we'll see who the caller is. Is it Justin? Is it somebody else? We'll find out. Caller, you're on Sports Talk. Talk to me. What's up?
Hey, what's up? It's Antonio.
I was hoping it was Justin. What's up, Antonio?
It's another. Bro, I was at that game last night, and those chants were crazy. Everyone was yelling, "Let's go Knicks!" They were saying the nastiest things. I can't repeat them on there, but that game was clearly all Knicks, like all Knicks territory, and it's just embarrassing if you're a Nets fan. Like, imagine being there in your black and white gear, surrounded by a bunch of orange and blue, and just hearing MVP for Jalen Brunson. The MVP chants were out of this world. I can't believe I can hearing MVP chants for a Knicks player. And I never thought I'd imagine that ever.
Listen, man, the Nets, and I'm happy you brought up their black and white gear. Just the blandest team. They're the biggest symbol of Brooklyn gentrification you could ever have. Just the blandest, just black and white colors, just soulless. There's everything about the Nets has no life, and the Knicks, plenty of life in that arena as the whole road fans. So,
hey, well, they're fine with being mid.
But I mean, you guys talking about trade talks. I don't know about Mikal Bridges leaving, but I mean, the Nets really need to push to make trades right now.
They do.
I'm not a Nets fan, but the Nets just got to call it a season at this point. They got to give away Dinwiddie. They got to just build around I don't know who, maybe Claxton. Maybe build around Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is in his final year. Not giving enough. They're not next year is his final contract year. They're not giving him any minutes.
Let's put him in the starting lineup.
I don't know what they're doing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a lot more things that the Knicks could have done. Also, that the Knicks were. First of all, I heard all these great things about OG, and then I go to watch the game, and he's doing terrible. I'm like, whoa! I don't know what he was on, but regardless, though, great game last night, and I mean, I don't know about MVP, but Jalen Brunson finally getting his All-Star. That's all I could say. Most definitely.
100%. He deserves to be. Where is it, Devin, this year? Indy?
For the All-Star game?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Indianapolis, yeah.
Why is the All-Star game in Indiana?
Did you see what they did at the Indianapolis airport? They just put a whole official court with 2 nets at each end. They put a whole basketball court. Yeah, and then one of the terminals.
I did peep that. I saw all the jokes about how imagine catching a flight and you're just sweating in your business clothes.
Imagine crossing up TSA.
Yeah, literally. It's like, all right, playing for that, 8 fluid ounce conditioner. I got you.
You gotta play a game to 11 to be able to enter the plane.
Nah, but good show, guys. All right, I'll be listening. All right, have a good day. Bye.
Appreciate the call, Antonio. If you want to join the show as well, call up 516-572-7440. But do so after the break. All right, we're gonna take a quick timeout on Sports Talk. When we come back. Yes, we're going to get to Dirty Mac and Doc. just all of a sudden, 24-hour span, just completely swooping up out of nowhere and taking the job in the Milwaukee with the Bucks, the head coaching position. Adrian Griffin out. Doc is in. Going to quickly go around the NBA. And also, the Baseball Hall of Fame released their voting results. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty pissed off about it.
Really?
I am. That.
We'll see.
That and a lot more on the other side of this break on Sports Talk. Here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.